So we're here to solve this statue park puzzle by JinHoo Ahn called Molecules. Looks like we've got these triatomic shapes all oriented the same way with two whites and a black. And one thing to just do at the start is probably start to grow out on these edges some of these shapes that are most constrained. There's a starting L that's very easy to place. And in this upper group, notice that this is, while this isn't the full shape, some set of 4 of these cells will be used by the shape. And so one thing that you can't do is take this cell with the top tetromino. You eventually now have pinned a single cell with the only shape that can remain. And so this needing to come down forces this to fill in. We also can't take this cell because that would now, to keep the whites connected, be too much. And so at the start of the grid, I think the 2 L's go in immediately. And when those L's go in, this cell must be taken to not form an L shape, and the only remaining shape it can be is a T. So we get that placed. This molecule now starts to grow out, and it can't be an L, so it's going to take this cell, which gives an S shape. We've got this, it's going to grow out here. These are going to grow in some way. And I think now is another time where one thing that you do in a statue park is think about your shape inventory. And one thing to note at the start of this puzzle is we were given 9 molecules, and none of them could actually touch. The black cells in these are always over 4 cells apart. And because of that, there is going to be one unclued placement to do, and then these 9 that are placed in the grid. And there are 2 hard shapes to put into these puzzles sometimes. Sometimes it's the O's and sometimes it's the I's. And here I actually see a fair number of spots for the O's. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 spots for the O's. But if I look at the I shape, and I can't be for this shape, and I can't be for this shape, the only one looks like it would come to the left, but it would touch this other cell. This can't be an I, this can't be an I. So this is one of the 9 shapes, and it's the only one that can be an I. And the other shape that's hidden is going to also have to be an I. And so everything that's marked here will have to be one of the shapes that's not an I in the inventory, an S, O, or T. So marking this in and seeing this is not an L, it comes up here and forms an S. Both S's are in the grid. This shape up here could be an O or a T, but we note that we have to keep things connected, so it's actually forced to be a T. That means the 2 dots that we have in the grid must be O's for sure. Sorry, I clicked the wrong side there, but these are given shapes and necessary. Connectivity gives us these, and now if we're looking for where can I place a tetromino, the only spot left is this lower left corner, and that finishes out the puzzle. So got started by really thinking about crowding. This upper left corner forces an L shape because this tetromino can't come into the space that this corner piece is going to take. Once you got 2 L's in the grid, you can start to get some other shapes placed. And then you want to flip back to a statue park step where you think about your inventory. And in doing so, you'll see I's are pretty limited in where they go with the grid. 9 shapes are given. And with those 9 shapes, one of them must be an I at the very least. And that got you through to the end. So hope you learned a little bit about this puzzle. Really beautiful and elegant construction from JinHoo. And we'll see you again soon.